Remember when you end up in some kind of intervention where the child has to be corrected, or where the spouse has to be corrected, or whatever kind of incident has brought you guys together, whatever the trouble is, try to be very positive. Avoid being negative all the time. It's easy to be negative because you're mad. Your emotions are bent up. You're not happy with the way things have been. But you need to relax and settle. And you need to be positive in that, look, I've made mistakes. And these are some of the mistakes I've made. And this is how I worked my way out of them. And this is what I think you should do. Now you give me feedback of what I've just told you and tell me what you think you should do. Point out the positive against the negative. Not what you've done wrong, but what you can do in good. Don't just focus on the negative aspects of your spouse or your teenage or your young child's behavior. Remember, praise them. Thank them for being reachable. Tell them that they need to listen to what's being said in this meeting. Explain that this is not just punishment, it is not just a correction point, but it's a time when all of the family gets together to understand each other. And then, like I've mentioned many times, self-revelation is very important. This is what I've done in the past. This is how, in a similar situation, I was. This is how I redeemed myself. If you did, you may come across something where you didn't redeem yourself. I can think many times of things I've done that were wrong, where I was not able to fix the mistake. You'll run across that as well. There are times when you won't be able to fix the mistake, and admitting that, explaining that to them is important. One of the things that you need to realize is every time you self-revelate, every time you speak of yourself and you explain something that happened in your life, they get to know you better. Now, they may be mad. All of you are emotional at this point. We are emotional human beings. We react as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's the way we do react when we're upset. But you're together, you're working things out. And she may not understand you for the next 5 or 10 years. But as I've said to you so often before, one day when she's working with her kids and they do the wrong thing, a similar thing, and she has to work on the correction, she will remember what you did here at this meeting, in this intervention. Everything that you did was right. She will remember that. And she'll remember what you said to her. So as you explain yourself to them, they will take time to explain themselves to their kids. Even better than that. When you explain yourself, then you can at once say, by the way, my mom said that she did this once, and explain what the situation is. Now your kids have a chance to know not only you better, but to understand a little bit about your interaction with your parents. And as they're by themselves revelating on the experience and thinking about what they have learned, they'll be more grateful. They'll remember, well, I'm glad Mom told me that. Now I feel like I know her a little better. Now they may not react like that right away, but given a little time with this thing settling, they'll react that way. Give them a chance to react. Give them a chance to care about what they're doing and how they can straighten themselves out and how they can correct themselves so they don't have to be in this situation all the time. It's not easy to do. Self-revelating is not easy. It's not easy to try to correct your children. It's not easy to get away from your emotions because you're upset. Let yourself settle down, calm down. Always be positive in what you have to say, and do everything you can to make it a positive, worthwhile experience where you are saying, I forgive you. This is not an unenforceable offense, and we can work this thing out, and I care about you anyway, and you are valuable to me and to the rest of the world, and even more to yourself.